right. So welcome to everybody. Here we are back at St. John in the Wilderness for our Between the Trees series. And our guests tonight are familiar to probably most of you. We have the Yankee family. So Ross and Megan, they're the parents. And I'll let them introduce their own kids.
So let's see, we have this is Amos, our oldest. This is Sam, our middle. And this is Micah, our youngest.
And this is going to be so fun. So you guys, I hope this is fun for you too. So what we're going to do is we're going to ask some, get to know you guys a little bit better. So there are all sorts of things that we don't know about you. In fact, you might not know some things about your parents. In fact, let me ask you guys before we even get going, because let me tell you what happened yesterday. I have a 19-year-old, and my 19-year-old, I found out, did not know my middle name. So I am wondering whether you know, do you know your dad's middle name?
Yes.
You don't?
Yeah, I do.
What's his middle name?
What is it?
Okay,
I know what Micah's is.
how about this, Amos? How about your mom's middle name?
Why? I forgot it. She told me like 2 days ago.
See, so we're all going to find out new things.
Oh, I know his middle name. I think it's John.
He's right.
Oh, good job.
Yes.
How
I
about
know Micah's middle name.
Okay, you do? What's his middle name?
No, I'm Ryder.
Ross, okay.
Yeah. It means his
That's
middle
good.
name is Ryder.
So you guys will get to know something perhaps about your own family. So we're going to start with, I'm going to ask your parents a couple questions. So you guys, you grew up in Minnesota?
I grew up in Minnesota. Yeah, you're right.
In New Brighton?
Yep.
Okay. And then, Maggie, how about you?
I grew up in small town Wisconsin. So in New London, Wisconsin. Yes.
Okay.
Unlike John Bruner, who did not.
Yes, I know this.
John Bruner, I had the whole wrong state. But,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah, small town Wisconsin, eastern Wisconsin, over by Green Bay.
And so, Packer fan?
Oh yeah, you're born with green and gold. in your
Really?
blood.
Still?
yeah.
Oh yeah.
You're still.
Like I cheer for every other Minnesota, like Twins, the Wild, everything, but I will always cheer
Really?
for the Packers.
Brewers?
It's funny, if you lived in Milwaukee, Madison area, I think that Brewers was a big deal. Baseball, but we just weren't big baseball people. So
But you still like the Badgers.
oh yeah.
Oh, Badger fan.
Yeah. Badger, yeah. Football was bigger.
Probably at this instant, tomatoes are being
Right.
thrown at
Probably.
a computer
Yeah.
screen.
If my sister-in-law were watching, she would be right.
Yeah. So, how did you guys meet?
Yeah, we Ross came to the Promised Land for college, so
It was a missions trip. Missions trip to Wisconsin. For Christ's sake.
Yes, to save some souls,
Yeah,
Wisconsin.
but
Yes.
we saved his soul along the way. So yeah, we went to undergrad at UW Eau Claire.
Okay.
So we met there. My freshman year, he was a year ahead of me, so
Okay.
my freshman year we met in the cafeteria.
Oh,
I knew this.
so did you know that? Do you know the story of how they met?
A
In the
little
cafeteria.
bit. Yep.
Ross, do you remember what you were eating at the time?
I don't. No.
It was
They had giant waffles. It was probably like waffles.
Oh, it's breakfast.
Chocolate.
Yeah,
Well,
that's right.
it was it breakfast?
It was after church.
They
I
always
think,
had breakfast.
We have it.
Really? You guys in college went to breakfast? Yeah? You were all of 10 people who went to breakfast in
We had
college.
a whole group of people that went to
Right.
breakfast. And Ross said, you could eat breakfast. So I had waffles for dinner too.
Oh,
They always had the
okay.
waffle maker there.
Okay.
Were you in the same class?
Kind of. We weren't the same degree, so we didn't have a lot of the same classes. But we met some friends. We had some of the same friends.
Okay, so and then you dated all the way through college?
Yeah, we did. Well, so I think it's important to note that I thought Russ was like super arrogant when I first met him. So, it was like he's cute, but
I don't know.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, it was because he's smart.
Right. Yeah. Right. Well, and then there was a
There's a fine line.
I was
between
smart,
things.
I was good looking, I was funny. I think I had good reasons to be arrogant. I mean,
Right.
But there was like a time where I was like, I don't know what I would ever talk with him about. Like, I don't know. And I don't think it was like that. I thought I couldn't. I was like, I don't. It's like all like brainy and
Yeah.
not. So, but then we became friends and we started dating soon after, and dated all through
I
college,
don't know. Friends.
and then
tried to break up with her a few times, but
Really?
she didn't let me.
Ah.
Yeah.
I know. I can feel it.
I wanted him to know he'd be missing, out on this. Like, I'm saving him from
That's right.
missing out on all the goodness.
And then so how far, where did you get married in college? or after?
Right after, so he graduated like a semester before me, and then when I graduated, we got married right after I graduated.
Okay.
So, yeah.
And then moved here.
Yeah, he had already had a job here, so we
Okay.
moved here. Yeah.
Okay.
So, so that was, we were married 14 years.
14 years.
14 years. Wow. What was your first house together?
Where did we live? We lived in Minnetonka in an
Yeah.
apartment.
Yeah.
Because he worked at General Mills when we first were married.
Really?
Yep. Well, we did move so we lived in Minnetonka. Then he went to seminary at Bethel, so they had housing at Bethel. So we lived there for 3 years, which was like basically back to dorm living, but like some people had families. So that was great.
And this was before you had the guys?
Before we had the guys, yep.
Okay.
And then, way before, right? But before. Yep, and then we lived in North Carolina for a year, right?
Wait. No. Wait, didn't you go to a place?
We did go to a place a few times.
No. Did you go somewhere where Grandpa knew the person who owned it and you went there?
Oh yeah, we rented a house in Midway, like so off the university in Snelling.
Okay.
We
Wow,
rented a
good
house.
job.
There. Yeah. Yes. Yep. And yes, Grandpa knew the person that rented the house. And then Amos he was born when we lived in that house.
Oh, so that was your first house.
Yeah.
You probably you don't remember it at all.
No, I just remember a picture that I saw like 4 years ago.
Yeah.
I think about 6 years ago. After that, I was born.
Yeah. Okay. Is that the house that you live in right now?
And then I think, was it in 2016 that my fifth one?
2017, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how old are you guys now?
I'm 8.
8?
Third grade.
How old are you?
6.
That's what I was gonna get.
Yep.
8, 6, and
Micah, how old are
3.
Yeah, 3. He just turned 3 yesterday.
Ah, happy birthday, Micah.
He's in so I'm in 3rd grade, he's in kindergarten, he's in an at-home daycare.
Well, that's what I was gonna ask you guys. So these guys, they seem to have some energy. A little bit. Yeah.
I've been on screen
I don't. What is your experience?
No, what?
I've been on screens all day.
We all have. We should all be running around the church right now because we've been on screens all day. So here's what I'm wondering. Well, the wonder stick will come in later, but here's what I'm wondering.
Okay.
That life at the Yankee house is probably pretty active during these COVID days. So what's it like?
Well, not during the school day. I'm usually on calls all day.
That sounds so like.
Sam,
Yeah,
Lucky takes meetings most of the day.
he tries to find a quiet place.
That's
in the
right.
house.
That's right. They always have me to quiet down.
No,
Dad,
I
meeting.
had to go out in the kitchen on the table for a project in science today.
Yes. So to give an image, Amos is set up on like a child-size card table in mine and Ross's room.
And it's blue.
It's blue.
The red chair.
It's a red,
Important
a red
detail.
chair.
Ah,
Sam is at a desk that
Is
Grandma
brown
Grandpa
or
gave
broken?
us out in the living room so that I can keep an eye on him or help him really because he needs a little more help. Well, I either
But Micah,
chase Micah
or no, he goes to his at-home daycare on Monday, Wednesday.
very specific.
Give you the details of the schedule.
Yeah.
Wow, it sounds like you guys have your schedule like down. Everybody knows the schedule.
Probably from
We try. I think so. Ross usually hides away in the basement, saying he's working.
Right.
I'm working for church in the kitchen while also like doing all.
Orchestrating.
Yes.
Does Micah have a desk?
So Micah doesn't have a desk. He has a tablet that has lots of TV on it. He can still lay in his bed.
And then he listens to a podcast and takes rest time.
Yep. We listen to some podcasts. So yeah, I mean he's kind of the stray arrow because it just kind of depends on what his mood is and
Yeah, he goes where the action is.
Yeah.
Or he can get away. Does he ever
Yeah.
visit you, Ross, down in the basement?
Sometimes, yes. Yeah.
Or is that door surprisingly locked?
You know, unfortunately, it's not a lock.
Don't know how that happened.
No comment.
So, okay, so what does a day look like? You get up at what time? And
7.
really?
Yeah.
Everybody gets up at 7.
No, me, Sam, and Mike get up at 7. They wake up like at 8. 7:40.
So,
After
you
you
guys
guys
have
breakfast, set our clothes out.
No. I'm like on Wednesdays, mom's up at 7. But then, well, no, today you were, because Mike had to leave early.
So, I'll have you know that sometimes your mom is up very early because she works for the church, and sometimes she's emailing me bright and early in the morning. I'm like, give it a rest.
Probably nagging you about something.
That's right.
Art, I need this from you.
Yeah. So okay, so you get up, and you guys, if your parents are asleep, are you like really quiet?
We watch TV, I think. Well, over spring, over Thanksgiving break, we watch TV. But now that it's school again, we don't watch. We only eat Z-bars and no bars.
Oh, because it's school again. That's right.
Yep, so on
Yeah.
school days.
And on the weekend, we get to watch. When we can watch
Often,
let's
Let's give Dad some credit that he's usually up on a run long before you guys
Oh wow.
wake up.
This
Yeah,
is
then
true.
you're
They're
back
not
in
the first
bed.
ones up.
Yeah.
They're not back in bed.
So Ross, you get up.
Over the summer.
Yeah.
You're running. You're like exercising in the morning
Try to, yeah.
every day.
not
5 days a week. I try 5 days a week, but
Wow. Are you training for something, or you just do it to stay?
just to stay sane.
We have a dog.
Healthy. and our dog needs exercise too.
Oh, the dog goes.
So we do,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
do switch every other morning. Like, so I get some mornings to walk her.
Right.
We have a dog.
So yes, folks might not know, but this is not all that goes on with the Yaki family. They also have a very young dog, like
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
a year old now.
she's 1 year old.
Yeah,
Great timing on that.
really great. So good.
Just in time for COVID. What you need is a puppy during
Yes,
COVID.
that's a great idea.
right.
I highly
That's right.
recommend it. And 3 young children,
And
lots of energy.
Ah,
It's
yeah.
really, it's a
You
good
know, actually, I do.
Yeah.
We got her before COVID started, but I actually think it was a good thing.
Yeah.
Because it just brought something different to our family, and I think it was kind of something outside the 5 of us that
And
was
she
in the
made me
house,
scared
you know, that we can snuggle with. Or,
It actually made it actually helped Sam face his fears. He was scared of dogs, but then once he got storm, he wasn't scared of dogs.
Oh, that's good.
yeah, that's true.
Well, when he was puppy, I was scared of them.
Hey,
Yeah, he just-
Sam, Sam,
in the winter
does
because-
Storm have a middle name?
No. I don't want to make her middle name.
Right now.
Sam!
Sam.
No. No. It can't have an S. Storm?
Okay, so wait. So you're finally up. Everybody's up. You get breakfast. Everybody on their own for breakfast.
wish.
No. Amos is doing this sometimes on his own.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
I usually
You don't
get-
have like a sit-down family breakfast.
No,
Well,
not, I mean, we've tried, yeah. I'm usually standing, like, eating my oatmeal as I'm, like, doing other
Yes,
things.
directing
life,
Yes. Okay.
Yes, but they usually
But
sit
Dad
down, we
usually-
sit down together.
Dad usually eats toast super early in the morning.
It's true.
Wow.
And then he goes out, well, after
It
his
sounds
lunch.
like a monastic existence for
Yeah.
us. It's like
Wake up at 5 a.m., go for a run, I eat my toast,
you're dry
I drink my
toast.
water, and then I pray the whole day in the basement with the door locked.
Wow.
You have a lock on the door. You can't lock it.
I can see why she wouldn't want to break up with
I
you.
know.
I needed to keep him in my life.
That's right.
He needed me in his
That's
life.
right. That's right.
Yep, so yeah, okay, so we eat. What do we do after that?
Oh, well,
School starts
no,
around
9
9,
o'clock.
9:30, yep.
9:30.
Log on to our Google Meets.
I left on at 9:30 and I'm about to go to 3.
And your teacher's on the other line, right? I mean, you hook in and.
My whole class is at 24 people in the whole meeting.
So is that fun or not fun?
It's fun.
It's okay.
Yeah.
So do you have to raise your hand like online?
Yeah.
How do you do that?
You have a big enough screen that you just have to put it like this in front of your face.
Oh, really? They tell you to do that?
Well, no, they say no, you have to raise it right, yeah, a little
Like next
closer.
to your face.
Yeah, a little closer to your face because the screen is smaller. I got than it will be in real life.
Okay.
So you can't go like this, or else it's off the screen.
That's very good. I don't know what you just made, but that looks
Look
good.
at the dog under a table.
Is the dog under the table? Our dog is not allowed under our table.
Oh,
While we're eating.
Well, we're eating.
Yeah, that was like
you're-
trying to say.
I have a hard time with that.
Oh, and in Zoom,
Sorry.
In
dog
Zoom?
at the table, right?
Very passionate about it.
in Zoom,
It's interesting to see what you're passionate about and what you like.
what is say something?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
So so you do school.
Yeah.
And that's so what Sam, do you do school too online?
Yeah.
You do? Is that fun?
Wait, isn't it all?
Wait, let's see.
Yeah. It is? Which is better? Real school, like
In person.
in person, thank you. In person school?
No.
Really?
I liked it.
You like
In
which
person.
you like better? In person or
Online. In person.
you like in person? Because that, yeah, that's right.
And this was Sam's first year, like experiencing school, right?
Wow.
So I think they had been doing hybrid. So I think that's important to note too. We just started doing distance learning again this week. So they've been doing hybrid where they had been going 2 days, Monday, Wednesday,
And some
every other Friday, and then they were home Tuesday, Thursday. So
And
which
some
was really good, I
Fridays.
think, for Sam to start kindergarten that way, to like at least get a sense of
I wanted to
what it
say
was like. So I think
I
that
never got
he got to create some friendships that way. That I think is now good because he can see those people now on the street.
Yeah.
So I think that helps.
Can't you? It'll be so awesome when it's in person all the time, won't it? It'll be
So
really
great.
great.
Yes, it'll be
For
fantastic.
all. It'll be great. And so this goes like this, goes on like all day long.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All day long.
All day.
7 a.m. to 8 p.m.
Wow. Wow.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Are you guys tired?
No.
And
All
then
that toast is
and
very
then-
good.
peanut butter and jelly toast. He puts so much peanut butter on his toast.
And then he took so much jelly. Well, no, more peanut butter.
And then I think so they go to bed, right? And then you just don't get as much done during the day because they're there.
Right.
And so then that's when we like do ours. Sometimes we work, sometimes we do the dishes, sometimes we fold the clothes, sometimes we just collapse and like stare into
It is
space.
so interesting how people's experience of this time can be so radically different. I mean, it's strange for everybody, but for you, as opposed to like some of our retired people, who they're just, a lot of them are just bored all day. They're sitting there, and you guys, it's the exact opposite. It's like go, go, go all day long.
Yeah.
Until you
Yeah.
collapse. And,
Yeah.
get 3 hours of sleep until that toast kicks in again in the morning.
Yeah, I remember in the spring when everyone was saying, "Now you got all this extra time on your hand. What are you doing?" And we were like, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah.
Especially then, and they'll pick up now with kids being back and fully online. Like I try, we try to adjust it so that, we call it parent on duty. I'll be the parent on duty some of the days so that Megan can get in her hours for the church, at least some of them during the day, and then, so then we're both then at night trying to make up working at night as well, so you get the kids to bed and you're working at night, and then it's midnight and you're just
so hard.
I will say though, as far as the time thing, let's see if I can get this the time thing, I do feel, so normally when they are in school all the time, like our mornings are just rushed, like, right? Like it used to be like, I do sleep later than I used to, like, right? It was like up really early, like everybody go, like we gotta get this done. We had to walk the dog super early, like we had to, and there is a sense of this, I can sleep until 6:30, maybe 7, and still get the dog out for a walk because Ross is down in the basement working and they're occupied. And so there is this sense of just slowing down a little bit in the mornings. It's like we don't have to be, and let's be honest, I would be like screaming, like, we gotta go, right? Like, so now Mom's not so crazy in the mornings. And there's just this, almost this calm in the morning now that has been a positive for me. Just this extra time of no rushing, no craziness. We get up a little late. Oh well, we're just gonna be here. So that's been kind of nice.
And a lot of us, we're trying to keep ourselves safe and other people safe, but you guys with young kids, you're trying to keep your kids safe too. That must be hard.
Yeah.
I actually experience it differently. It's keeping my parents safe. Her parents don't live here, so it's mostly my parents. And so it's actually weird the way that the virus works is I actually am less concerned about their health because I care, but I don't. But the virus doesn't seem to be a huge risk for kids usually, and so it's actually more like this weird thought of like my kids could get this virus, they'll be fine. But then if they spend time with their grandparents, they actually then become a danger for my parents, and that's a really weird thing to.
Right, so you need to keep them safe so that your parents.
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, a lot of us are coming to that recognition that we're so all connected.
Yeah.
More than I think we realize. Hopefully, that is one learning that we're getting out of this. Okay, so I have to bring St. John's into it a little bit because this is, here we are at St. John's. So, how did you come to St. John's Episcopal Church? Because for neither one of you, the Episcopal Church was the church you grew up in, right? But you were both kind of churchy.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like I grew up in the Catholic Church. We were avid churchgoers. Yeah, I mean, every Sunday. I don't think I missed a Sunday growing up going to church. So yep.
That's a Catholic thing.
Yes, Still, my parents are like at church. Like, it amazes me. Like, I'm like, we didn't go to church this morning. They're like, we did. Like, good for you. Like, even during this, when their church was live streaming and they were on it. So yeah. And you grew up in Rochester?
Yeah, I grew up Lutheran.
Okay.
So not quite the same sense of you better be there every Sunday. I think kind of more the message that I received was that God was important and that loving people was important. And that was with church.
Yeah.
And then in I think we're both of us around high school and then in college. Kind of active in the evangelical part of the church, and then another step in the journey that changed the approach religion.
Yeah. And then how do you find? Because you're a little bit ways away from you, not too far.
Not too bad, but yeah.
How did you find St. John's?
I feel like Ross, because I think Ross kind of prompted us to start. We were going to a Baptist church right near us, and Ross was in seminary, and you kind of broached the subject of.
Yeah. Yes. Just be careful on the cords. Sorry, we're losing kids.
This is this is gloriously entertaining for us.
I'm so terrified, like, don't step on the wires. Don't break anything.
Don't knock the candles over.
Sorry, what was that?
I'll be back in a little bit.
St. John's.
You prompted us to.
Episcopal Church. Yeah, so we were going to the Baptist church, and in that tradition, the sermon.
Sorry, she's screaming the camera. So people can see. Okay.
This is what our life is. So, in the Baptist tradition, and a lot of Protestant traditions, the sermon is the whole center of the worship experience. And really, that worship service lives or dies by the quality of the sermon. And I went to seminary twice because I'm that dense, and spent a lot of time, thinking about theology and the Bible and God. And when the service was all about the sermon, I just find myself critiquing a lot. And we had one of my really good professors in seminary was the teaching pastor for a while, and that was intellectually stimulating. And then there was a changeover in pastors, and the next person who came in, he was great, yeah, but not that same kind of intellectual engagement in the sermons. And I found myself just like thinking it was not like any kind of encounter with God, and so for me, I started to want a service that wasn't centered around the sermon,
Right.
but was centered around something else. And as I was exploring that, the idea of it being centered around, the idea of the worship service being centered around the Eucharist became really powerful. Your sermon can be awful, and it's okay, right? Because it's not the center of it. Not that it ever would be. But it's all about the Eucharist, right? I mean, the beautiful symbol of Jesus is what's at the center of the service. And for me, what I've learned over time now being in the Episcopal Church, what's beautiful for me about the Eucharist is it changes me. Like with where I'm at in my journey, it has spoken to me in different ways. That it's just been really powerful for me. So that's why I was attracted to it. And I don't know if there were.
Yeah, no, I mean, I was nervous. I don't like change. I'm a person of habit. And Ross has pushed me to change a lot. I mean, like we mentioned briefly, we moved to North Carolina for a year. Like, that was a really big deal for me. So when he said it, I was kind of like, and for me, it's just all comfort, right? And I sort of have a little, just funny, I'm a communications person, but I have social anxiety, and I just it's like I'm gonna have to meet new people and build new relationships, and I kind of know what I'm doing here. I don't want to move here.
You don't want to do that all over.
Right? Yeah. Because we had been there for 6 or 7 years, and so we had just built this community, and but it's interesting because we had built a community, but now that we've been here for so long, the community we have built here is deeper than anything we had ever built at our other church. And so I think it was really good. And I think one of the really cool things, I didn't know this when we sought out St. John's, but came to know quickly. At our old church, they had children's programming, which was great. That was fine, but we felt like we couldn't bring our kids into the service with us. That they went to Sunday school during the service, and you come without your kids. And when we came here, and we did send our kids into the nursery mostly so that we could just actually focus, because as you can see, they've been like this since birth. But the fact that at age 5, we don't have them in the nursery anymore, and they are just invited into this space, and I've never felt and we go to the 9 o'clock service so that we're less disruptive, right? But there was never this side-eye, there was never this, it was just this welcoming for our kids, and it has prompted so many questions from them, and even if you think they're not listening, they are, and so I think that, again, that wasn't something I knew coming into it, but I quickly, because I kind of told Ross, I was like, let's give it 6 months, and I fully was we're not going to stay. This was before we came, because I was not want
Yeah,
to
you don't want to
change.
change.
So, right. So I was like, I'll give you 6 months, like, and,
To get over
right,
this.
to get over your stuff, and then we'll. But then, yeah, we really used it stuck. We really liked it here. So.
Yeah. There's a lot, even the things that initially attracted me, it's kind of like, well, if that's stuff for a change, it's okay, because there's so much about St. John Episcopal Church that I love.
Yeah, we're not perfect. We're not a perfect parish. We're not a perfect denomination at all. But it is a fit thing, and a lot of it fits for a lot of people.
Totally. Yeah.
So I see a wonder stick that is being waved in the air. Hey guys, come back here because the
Come here,
wonder
Zach.
stick's coming in.
There's some questions for us, so come here. I want to see. if
That
there's
question's
any
maybe
to
for
answer.
you guys.
And you got to see this wonder stick. Look at it. It's kind of fun to see it from this side.
All right.
Look at that.
A whole pack of
There's a whole bunch. Are you ready for this,
wow,
Micah?
lots of fish.
Oh my gosh, look at she's I mean the wonder stick
Oh,
has
yeah,
a
a
lobster.
lobster?
Yeah, it's a lobster this time.
Okay, that is. All right. So there is a question for you guys.
Okay,
There you
question
go.
for you guys.
You ready? Here you go. It's going to be different for each of you. What's your favorite, for the boys, what's your favorite activity? School, right?
If I don't do Miss Mara.
Miss
That's
Mara, you go
exactly
to Miss
what we
Mara's.
did.
Well, Miss Mars, do you like,
Is that a fun activity?
what do you like doing
I
better
like-
than anything else?
I like playing outside.
Playing outside. Awesome.
Playing with Legos and playing imagination. Playing with Legos.
With Legos? Legos are awesome. That may be my favorite activity too. Okay. Okay, so this I think is for the parents. What is the favorite part of your, it's funny, quote unquote, paying job?
It's true, right? Thank
So-
you to whoever wrote that.
So Ross works for Bethel and Megan works for St. John's here. So we'll start with Ross. 'Cause I'm afraid what Megan might say. So.
Not hard.
That's his favorite part, right?
Yeah,
Favorite part of the job.
favorite part.
The people. I have really great colleagues.
Wait, does it say which?
And they're just a spirit of collaboration, and it's a really good group of people to solve with.
Okay, great.
Yeah, so my degree is in communications, and for the first, 13 years of my career, I mean, communications is so broad, so I was using the degree, but not really. I just love that I get to use the things I learned and like what I'm gifted in, and like, right, like I'm finally like, oh my gosh, I'm actually doing what I like paid thousands of, what my parents paid thousands of dollars for me.
And you're having to like learn a ton of stuff.
Yeah, but it's so great. Like I wouldn't get the opportunity to learn that if I wasn't in this role. And so it's things, I think I just emailed you the other day. I love this job because I'm getting to learn things I've always wanted to learn, but just didn't have space for it because it wasn't my job. So now I get paid to learn new cool things.
Yeah, and it's probably with everybody who's out there finding their way through COVID, they're learning stuff every single day.
Right? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Did you plan? There's a little bit of a edge to there's a little bit of an edge to this question. I think. Did you plan to have 3 boys?
Right? Well, not 3 boys because we can't plan that, right?
It's true. Though we did hope for 3 boys.
I did.
We don't make good choices sometimes.
Yeah, I think we thought too, well, like right before you have kids, there's like this dream, like, oh, we'll have 3, we'll have 4, whatever. And then you have 1 and you're like, okay, I'm done. You were great, but like, it's just really hard.
So awesome.
And right? Yeah. And then, so then when we had 2, like, I think for a while we were like, this is good, like, our family's complete, but I really got like an aching in my heart that our family was just not complete. And so, there's days where I wonder if that was really, like, really? Did I really feel that? But Micah just complete, like, he just fits so well, right? Like, you just see this beautiful, right, like, network of family. So, and yeah, we kind of hoped for, everyone was like, oh, this is the funny part. When you have 2 boys and you're pregnant with a third, everyone goes, "Oh, you're trying for your girl?" Nope, just looking for a healthy baby. and actually, my answer usually would be like, "Actually, no, I like a boy because I have boys and I know what I'm doing with boys and I have all the stuff for boys." And,
So yeah, now you guys are too young for My 3 Sons. Have you ever seen?
I know it. Yeah, I mean, I know it.
Have you ever seen that an episode of My 3 Sons?
I think I did with my parents. I'm sure I watched it. I couldn't tell you anything about it, but I'm sure.
Yeah, that's.
They are a handful, but it feels. Before we decided to try for a third child, we have some friends who have 3, and they just said it felt like their third child just completed their family.
Yeah.
And that's exactly how I feel like that.
Yeah. Do you guys, like Amos, do you stick up for your little brothers? Yeah. Like if somebody's bullying them, do you stick up for them? You should.
You would.
You should.
You
I
would.
would.
Maybe you haven't had an experience where you had to yet, but you would if you needed to.
Okay, so this is a great follow-up question. Are you gonna have more children?
Absolutely not.
Next question.
We bought a dog. That was our next really bad decision. So first we decided to have a third kid, and then we're like, let's get a puppy. So then we made another bad
Wow,
decision.
so 3 boys and a puppy. How do you top that?
Yeah, like that was, and I actually had a little PTSD. Like when you get a puppy, you got to get up in the middle of the night,
Right.
let it out. Like I went back to the newborn stages, and I said, Russ, we will never be having ever, unless the Lord does something.
I'm
Done.
Maybe a snake.
Snake,
You
sure.
could add a snake to the thing.
I have an idol.
Consider it.
Okay. Put it in the back.
Take it under advisement.
Okay, so so this is a question for you guys. So a little while ago we did Halloween, right? Did you guys go trick or treating?
Yes.
You did, really? During COVID time, you went trick or treating. So
It was modified trick or
Yeah, it's
treating.
very moderate trick or treating.
So this is a question for the boys. No justification from the parents. So did you get a lot of candy?
Yeah.
Really? So people were really dishing out the candy this year.
Well, we only went to houses with tables.
Why does that make a difference? The houses with the tables. Oh,
how did it
because
work?
you didn't
So-
want people.
Yeah.
You didn't go up to the door, right? That way,
So
you were
they had
interacting.
tables. Gotcha. Okay. And what were your costumes?
I was a vampire. Bat.
And you were a what?
A bat.
A bat. Okay. Cool.
Like the animal, not the baseball
Yeah.
bat.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that would be way boring. Yeah, a bat, a vampire. And what were you, Micah? Do you remember?
I didn't want to be a ghost. He was good.
He said I didn't want to be a ghost.
He was
No, you
good.
didn't.
We had a ghost. We had a ghost costume for him.
I've been a ghost so many times. It's not work.
Right.
So what were you? So Micah, what were you?
Nothing. I was a vampire. No, he wasn't. He was nothing.
I think Amos was the vampire. He
Yeah.
was a bat. You remember what you were?
He literally didn't dress up for Halloween.
You were. Aha.
Oh, you were a viper.
He was a Micah.
That's right.
But you were a Micah and you got candy just like the rest of them, right?
Well, I was a bat. No, you weren't.
Nice, maybe.
Okay, I think we may be almost out of time.
I
Here
think
we
I
are.
was
We're
a
so
butterfly.
close.
No,
We're so close to being done with time. So thank you for being here tonight. It's been super fun.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, this
For
was
putting
fun.
us.
Yeah. So
So, less crazy or more crazy than you expected?
it was a little more crazy than I.
See, that's only because I feel pretty good about it.
This is not as bad as I imagined.
Not as bad. So there you go. You had 6 children?
Right, I know. But mine are older and they just want to be in their rooms and they're quiet. And
So that happens.
it does
Okay.
happen, yes. So, but thank you guys. Thank you very much for being here tonight. And yeah, so we're going to be doing this next week. And then the schedule gets a little different because we're getting into Christmas and we're going to have some other things we're going to be offering. So, but stay tuned for Between the Trees. Right now, if you're still online, you'll have to go to a different link, but we do have a Bible study every week. And I encourage you to get into that Bible study on Wednesday evening, starting right now, or about 6:45. So thanks so much to the Yankees. Yay. And thanks to everybody who tuned in tonight. Good evening.